What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It Radio. I'm your fabulous host, Ayana Janae, and I'm so excited to be back. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but I promise y'all I got a good excuse. Hello. I was able to, in the first 3 weeks of June, really put focus into my craft, which is going to flow into the topic. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to listen to more than just one song. We're going to listen to 2 songs today. We're going to get into a topic, of course, but I'm so excited to do the show a little bit differently because of the submissions of music that I got. Shout out to the people that did send music. Continue to send music to me, independent artists. Please do it. I'll shoot the email for you to submit the music to me. And of course, we're going to keep on going. So today's episode topic is about doing the things that challenge you. And again, I told you I've been away for a while, but I got a good excuse. So let's get into it. I had an audition at the beginning of the month. My birthday was also at the beginning of the month. Hello, Gemini season was amazing. And I had to really focus on my audition. I had to focus on getting it done. And then following that audition, I had a show that was going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. And so directly after my audition, I had to start focusing on the show. And the show was a Juneteenth celebration in Huntsville, Alabama. It was so amazing. Shout out to Angela for inviting me out. I really appreciate my girl for having me. It was a great time. But the reason the topic is about doing the things that challenge you is because this particular show challenged me through and through, right? I already have this thing. I was like, I have to go and I have to travel by myself to Huntsville. I got to go there and I got to get back. My performance wasn't until like 8 o'clock at night. So I was like, child, and I'm going to be driving back home in the dark. And I also wasn't able to have a rehearsal with the band. They live in Huntsville. I live in Nashville. So we couldn't really get together and do the music. The only thing that I knew I had control over was myself. So every single day I came home and I studied my music for 2 hours. I got to do my own original music. I also added in some covers just to be able to engage with the audience, which was beautiful. But that really did challenge me because there was a little hesitation in my spirit. I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this. I don't know if I want to have to drive somewhere by myself, then get back. You know, I don't know how the show is going to turn out because we can't have a rehearsal as a band, and this is my original music. People are going to see me for the first time. And how is this going to turn out, God? I was really nervous about it. I was nervous. I was anxious. And I was really allowing those negative thoughts to take precedence over what really could happen, right? You know, as a creative, sweetie, they say that adults lose their imagination. But baby, when I tell you, I can imagine the worst of the worst of the worst things to happen before it even happens, that I will psych myself out of a blessing sometimes. But this time around, y'all, I really had to sit with myself. I said, listen, Ayana, you agreed to being a part of something. You've already signed the contract, baby. We have to make sure that we are fulfilling our obligations at this point. So I, like I said, was taking those 2 hours to learn my music. And every day it seemed like it got easier and easier for me to just get up and take those 2 hours to myself, because at first, the first week, it was like, oh, I got to get up and I got to do this. And I really don't even want to do this show for real. But I had to start turning the wigs around in my mind, if you catch my drift. So what I mean by that is there were so many unknowns that the negative thoughts were taking over. I, in turn, decided, listen, I'm not going to allow these negative thoughts to fester and hinder me from just focusing on what I know I can control, which is making sure my music is good, making sure that I'm singing it correctly, and making sure in case the band kind of falls off or anything happens during the show, the performance, then I know how to get us back to where we need to be. So all I could do was show up for myself every single day before the show and making sure that I have my shit down packed. Hello. Moving forward, a part of me being able to overcome some of my negative thoughts was I was fasting. And I came across this video on YouTube. It was Stephen Furtick. I hope I'm saying his last name right, but he's a pastor in North Carolina. And I was listening to what he was speaking about, and he was simply just saying, God is always with you. no matter what you do, God is always going to be with you. And the entire sermon itself, I won't dive too deep into it, but the entire sermon just really lifted my spirits. And it reminded me, because I was frantic about driving to Huntsville by myself. I was just like, here's another reason why I don't want to go. But then when I heard that sermon, I was like, oh, wait, I was trying to find any and everybody to try to come and ride down with me so I wouldn't be by myself, because I'm already nervous and I already don't know how things are going to turn out. How did I forget that God was going to be with me in the midst of all of that? I said, you know what? We're going to be good. Let's rent the car. So I got over that and I handled that part of my business, right? I got the car rental ready and I remembered God is going to be with me no matter what. As long as I show up, I do my part. God is going to take care of the rest. So the first week, even when I was dreading having to take those 2 hours listening to the music, I started to get really humble. Because I was like, whoa, Ayana, you have been hyperfixated on something that seems like it's going to be hard, or something that you don't know how the outcome is going to be, that you haven't even taken the time to consider that this is a first. I have never been given the opportunity to be a headliner of a show. I've never been able to take an hour and 15 minutes to showcasing my own original music. And when I started to look at all of the first and all of the blessings, I really starting to get excited about the show. I bought my outfit. Did somebody steal my outfit? Yes. Somebody came on my property, child, and stole my looks. And I was upset. And I was like, oh, here's just another reason why I don't need to go. Here's just another reason. But see, that was at the tail end of me finally overcoming those negative thoughts and being like, I'm not going to go back there. I'm not going to let whatever crackhead came to my house and stole my outfit for that particular night to hinder me from continuously moving forward in what I know I got to do. So, sweetie, we just go into the closet and we just pick an outfit. And when I tell you it was a hit, hello, I really want to show y'all a clip of the show just so y'all can see how it turned out. It was a lot of fun again, and I'm just glad that I was able to rise to the occasion, to something that was originally kind of giving me anxiety. And I don't like to feed into those types of feelings. And that's why it's important to do the things that challenge you, because you don't know how you can grow. And also, if you don't do the things that challenge you, how will you really know that you are capable of doing X, Y, and Z? You know, we ask God for so much that sometimes we don't even know what we're asking for. And God at every step is seeing what you're capable of handling. And if you can't handle some of the smaller things, how can you expect to receive the bigger things, darling? So do the things that challenge you. Hello? So, okay, I wanted to read y'all a quote. And the quote is by a man named Pat Riley. And it says, if you have a positive attitude and constantly strive to give your best effort, eventually you will overcome your immediate problems and find you are ready for greater challenges. Ooh, Pat Riley, you was talking to the people, huh? I really enjoyed that because I had to look at my situation and I had to decide, are you going to back out now that you've already agreed to doing something just because there are obstacles and there are things that you have to take care of on the back end in order to making those things work out in the end? But I was very much so really grateful. It kind of felt like God sat me down and reminded me. Not only did he remind me that he was going to be with me through that video that I was watching during my fast, but then preparing for this show, he was just showing me like, this is all you have to do. And also be grateful for the first of many, right? Because here's the thing. Sometimes the things that you don't want to do will challenge you to the point where you start realizing, oh no, I needed this. I needed to do the thing that was going to challenge me because it's going to be another stepping stone, another building block for me to getting to the next level of my life. I, again, have never had the opportunity to being a headliner of a show, and I have not had the opportunity to do an hour's worth of my own original music. And that is something that I am striving to do as an artist. And I thought to myself, I said, wow, had I not done it for XYZ imaginary negative reason, and I would have allowed those negative thoughts to control me, and I would have allowed my fear to take over, I would not have been able to see the good and see the positive outcome of me accepting a challenge, because it was. And I know probably y'all are still sitting out there thinking like, girl, you're a singer, you're a performer. How is that a challenge? I'm telling y'all, sometimes you will create a scenario in your mind about something that you have to do, and it will just go haywire. And you will start psyching yourself out of your blessings. You will start telling yourself, oh, I really don't want to do this. You'll start making every excuse about why you don't want to do something. You'll start feeling like, what's the point? Or whatever it is that you make up in your mind that's negative, because you're going to take your brain to that place first, because it's so much easier to just say no. It's so much easier to just walk away. And it's so much easier not to take on a challenge. But the growth comes from taking the challenge head on and not being afraid to make a mistake, not being afraid to show up as yourself. Why do you hinder yourself from moving forward when you've asked God for so much more? Pay it forward, y'all. Start paying forward the things that you know will help you grow. And sometimes you don't know that it's going to help you grow until you actually accept the challenge and start working towards the outcome of what that looks like for you. And I just want to continue to tell everybody out there that's listening today, level up, baby. It's time to level up. It's time to do the things that scare the shit out of you. It's time to do the things that you really don't want to do, so that you start recognizing, oh, I am ready for another challenge. I'm ready for a bigger challenge. I'm actually ready to receive the things that I've been praying for, because I know that all the things that I worked towards were those building blocks for me to getting to this point. So if you walk away from something too quickly because you're afraid or because it's uncertain how things are going to turn out, you're never going to know. Allow yourself to get excited about the things that kind of scare you. I know that sounds different, but if you allow yourself to get excited about the things that scare you, you're going to start finding things out about yourself that you didn't know before. And you're going to start looking at things from a perspective that allows you to be more grateful, rather than being entitled or dismissive or being lackadaisical, or however you want to look at it, right? There are blessings in taking challenges, and there are lessons to be learned when you finally do come out on the other side. And I was even learning the lessons before I even got there. As much as I was fighting myself, really wanting to go do the show, eventually I just started having these beautiful feelings because I changed my mindset about the situation. And that's a huge part of it. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about shifting your mindset from the negative to the positive so that you can be able to do the things that challenge you, and allowing yourself to grow in spaces that will take you to the next level of your life. I feel like the more that we humble ourselves and the more that we start to reflect on the ways that we can conquer some of the giants that we have in our lives, I believe that we'll come out on the other side of things as different people, as stronger people, as wiser people. And I think that's really what it's all about, learning that everything is not going to be easy. Things are not just going to be handed to you, and people are not going to just immediately give you opportunities because you feel like you deserve those opportunities. You might be the most talented person in the world, but sweetie, sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's about showing up and showing out and really being able to be open enough to being like, okay, what I can control is in order. Everything else, I got to give it to God. Especially in my situation, I had to just give it to God. But what I couldn't do is focus on all the reasons why I didn't want to do something and then turn around and get there and realize, oh, I focused so much on the negative that I didn't even prepare on my end. And now I look crazy and it's my name on it. Baby, if your name is going to be on it, you need to show up every single time at 175+%. You understand what I'm saying? It's important. Challenges allow you to overcome mental obstacles that are trying to trick you out of doing the thing that you can absolutely do. Absolutely do. And how will you know that you can't do something if you don't try? If you don't actually rise to the occasion of taking on a challenge? How are you going to know what you're not capable of doing? Saying no and just feeling like you don't want to do something, that's out of the question. Saying no and running away from something because it seems hard and you don't know how the outcome is going to be, that's not an option. Especially if it can grow you. Now, obviously, there are things that maybe, you need to say no and walk away from because it'll be in your best interest. But the things that you know that you can absolutely do, and it's just kind of like one of those like feelings that you have, and it's just like you don't even know where it's coming from. You just really creating random scenarios, or you're out here thinking about the worst possible scenario that's going to happen, and now you're like talking yourself out of it. Stop talking yourself out of blessings. Stop talking yourself out of stepping stones to help you get to where you're going to go, because if you're not going to take those stepping stones, you're not going to get to your palace, baby. You better ease on down the road, baby. You better follow them yellow bricks all the way to the Emerald City. You better, baby. Because if you don't, you will not be able to find out the truth about yourself. And that's the part. You have got to dig deeper. It's always scary to do something that makes you step outside of your comfort zone. But the moment that you step outside of your comfort zone, that is the exact moment that you start to recognize all the things that you are capable of doing and then some. And so if you don't take and pay that forward, you continue to make excuses for yourself, or you continue to tell people no because you don't know what the outcome is going to be, then you're going to put yourself in a position that's not going to be helpful for anybody, including you. And a lot of the times as creatives, we have to recognize, yes, the creativity that is coming from us is our work and it is our own. But aren't you here to like share that with other people? And if you don't show up for yourself, and if you don't take risk, and if you don't allow life to challenge you in a way that's going to allow you to expand your mind, expand your life, and evolve as a person, you might miss out on blessing somebody else. The trickle effect that was supposed to come from you being obedient and you showing up and blessing somebody else is not going to happen. I ended up walking away from that show with 20 new followers. Over 20 new people now know my music. Over 20 new people now follow me. Over 20 new people in another city actually know who I am and hopefully will continue to support me. Had I not gone, had I allowed negative thoughts to consume me and I didn't do the thing that challenged me, one of the challenges was getting out of my own way. Let's start there. That was one of the daggum challenges, sweetie. I had to get out of my own way. First and foremost, I had to change my mindset from the negative to the positive. And I had to then recognize the blessing within the challenge so that I could be confident enough to say, hey, I can do this. This is going to be a good show. This is going to be a good time. No matter how I would have preferred to do it, things aren't always going to be the way you want them to be. And the more you become the person that you're meant to be and destined to be, you're going to start recognizing, I don't have that much control the way I thought I did. And some things happen on the fly. Some things happen overnight. Some things are not going to just come as easy as others. But to me, that's a positive thing. Everything doesn't need to look the same, because if things look the same in your life, that means nothing's changing. And I do feel like change comes from challenge. And it's about how you address those challenges and what you do in the midst of those challenges that actually show you the results that you're looking for. So I'm saying all of that, and I'm happy that I was able to go and do the show, and it turned out really good. I'll show y'all a clip maybe at the end of the episode just so y'all can get a little idea about how it went. But I was telling y'all how I got submissions for the show, and I'm so grateful to all the artists that sent out submissions. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to take a small little break and we're going to get into some of this music that I received. We're about to get into this song called Life and Lemons by Travis August. This song was produced by my bestie, Adrian Tailor. And I'm so excited to be able to spin this for y'all today because this song is all about overcoming obstacles and finding positivity even through tough times. I hope y'all enjoy it, and we will be right back with more Let's Talk About It Radio.
Life goes local, but the lemon's the regimen. I guess I'm the proof there's still joy in the evidence. Got better to better man, I bet he gon' tell a friend. We meeting at the well like, oh well, we'll get well again. Heating up the message, all light, here's the mail again. Act a liar, head big, stepping like elephants. It ain't just the melanin, guess again heaven sent. Big talk, pelican, this show had to let him in. Big talk, big news like I'm on Letterman. dealing with a captain. Big C, that's a Letterman. Went and found a real big C I could pedal in. Sunset got me settled in. I just got a life from lemons, living beauty in the making. Oh, if life do me a slice of lemon, then it's joy when I say so. Oh, I know about life and lemons. Oh, I know about life and lemons. So why would I lay low? So why would I lay low? Wow, no time to end, new beginnings. I want intermission. Good fruit for my soul, it's all in the mixing. From the heart, mouth speak, I love interfixing. And now I'm tailored to the nines, abrupt benediction. Augie got all he need and more. Now I'm walking on some sunshine I ain't seen before. Now I'm talking cause at one time I ain't see the glow. This that music for my soul, I let it feed me whole. I just got a life from lemons, living beauty in the making. Oh, if life do me a slice of lemon, then it's joy when I say so. Oh, I know about life and lemons. Oh, I know about life and lemons. So why would I lay low? So why would I lay low? I just got a life from lemons, living beauty in the making. Oh, if life do me a slice of lemon, then it's joy when I say so. Oh, I know about life and lemons. Oh, I know about life and lemons. So why would I lay low? So why would I lay low?
Sweetie, we're back. And I hope y'all enjoyed the song Life and Lemons by Travis August. Again, it was produced by Adrian Tailor. Travis August mixed with Adrian Tailor. Wow, phenomenal. So make sure that y'all support them. You all can find that linked down below. What an incredibly vibey song. Please make sure y'all support Travis August and Adrian Tailor. They're out here doing the work, sweetie. They're out here rising to the occasion. They're out here doing the things that challenge them. I can tell. Because look at what they're talking about in the song. Overcoming obstacles, staying positive through tough times. Hello, get into it. Thank you so much, Adrian, for sending that song to me. I love you so much. And Travis, shout out to you as well. This song is amazing, darling. So do the things that challenge you. It's a universal topic, clearly. If Travis is writing about it, it's a universal topic. So like I said, y'all, today's episode is going to be a little different. We're going to get into another song. And this song is by Grammy-nominated musician and producer Greg Owens, who teamed up with Johnny Soul, darling, making his debut on this feel-good track called Vacation. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk About It Radio after this.
This goes out to everybody out there who wanna get away. Hey, come on.
We overdue, stressing watching the news. Tired of seeing my people singing the blues. Looking at my boo, thinking what could we do? Dreaming of them ways we on a carnival cruise. Gucci shades on, glazed up with the crew. Incredible shoes with incredible views. First class flights, we winning, we never lose. Daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. Posted on the top deck with that bird's eye view. Toasting to that good life, cause we need that too. These people trying my patience, but I'm steadily waiting for a trip around the world with my girl, cause we in need of that.
Vacation, vacation, around the world. That's right, just me and my girl. Yeah, vacation. That's right, that's right. Vacation, somewhere around the world. Just me and my girl.
Top down, rolling down Rodeo. I got the 6, she in the Alfa Romeo. Let's hit the Alps and hike mountains of scale. Float on the Amazon way down to Brazil. We on a yacht in the ocean watching the whales. We need a vacay, me and my baby. We on the Riviera sipping Vueve. We down in Nola eating all of the beignets. Beignets got carried away with the grammar. I'm just trying to relax and chill straight in Louisiana. At the resort in Tulum with the cabana. Trip around the world with my girl cause we in need of that.
Vacation. Where? Around the world. That's right. Just me and my girl. Yeah. Vacation. That's right. That's right. Vacation. Somewhere around the world. Just me and my girl. When the sun rises, let's go out and enjoy ourselves. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's enjoy ourselves. And when the sun goes down, let's go out and enjoy ourselves. That's right. Let's enjoy ourselves. Vacation. Vacation. When around the world. That's right. Just me and my girl. Vacation. That's right. That's right. Vacation. Somewhere around the world. Just me and my girl. Vacation.
You know what, baby? We've been doing all this daydreaming. Let's turn these daydreams into real dreams. Matter of fact, I got the perfect idea. Get your bags ready. Get your shades on. Come on, we out the door, baby. Let's go.
Around the world. Just me and my girl.
So I do hope y'all enjoyed Vacation by Greg Owens and Johnny Soul. Thank you so much, Greg and Johnny, for submitting this music. You know I love you, Uncle Greg. What a feel-good song, y'all. It's summertime, so I need y'all to be outside. Not only do I need y'all to be outside spinning this record, but while you're outside, let's have a good time. While we're doing the things to challenge us, we're going to be vibing to Greg Owens and Johnny Soul in the car, on the plane, on the train. However you get to where you get to, baby, when you're getting to your destination, listen to Vacation by Greg Owens and Johnny Soul. I'll be linking their information down below as well, so please show these artists some love. It doesn't hurt to show love, y'all. So getting back to doing the things that challenge you. Is it hard? Maybe. But if you wake up every day and you decide you're going to put a little muscle into whatever it is that you want to achieve, you're going to start recognizing that those challenges become less and less, and they start transforming you, they start transforming your life, they start transforming the world around you, and they start transforming the lives of the people around you as well. And rising to the occasion of doing the things that challenge you will be fruitful. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this week's episode where we talked about doing the things that challenge you. Continue to do the things that challenge you, y'all. Make sure that you show up for yourself. Thank you to all the artists that submitted music. Independent artists, please send me music. I'm going to be adding the email that you need to use to submit your music. So please don't hesitate to send over your records. I would be happy to spin them because I am going to spin it if I like it. Hello. So until next time, y'all, I am your host, Ayana Janae. Please like, subscribe, and share to my YouTube channel. Please comment down below artists that you want to listen to on the show, and let's continue to level up. Until next time, y'all. Bye.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.